Present.
Commissioner Bobby Carrillo,
Here.
Commissioner Ramiro Caballero,
Present.
Commissioner Daniel Chavez, Commissioner Ricardo Medina,
Present.
Commissioner Itza Flores.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimous.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everybody, please bow their head. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with humble hearts, grateful for the opportunity to serve our community and guide it towards progress and unity. We ask for your wisdom and clarity as we make decisions that affect the lives of many in our great city. May our decisions and actions remain aligned with the values that bring peace, justice, and prosperity to all who live here. Dear Lord, please bless our city with harmony, growth, and the spirit of cooperation so that we may build a brighter future for all. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
All right, under proclamations, we have proclamation proclaiming April 6th through 12th, 2025 as National Library Week. We have Adolfo Garcia here.
Everybody?
Okay. So I've got the proclamation that I'll be reading. Whereas libraries provide the opportunity for everyone to pursue their passion and engage in lifelong learning, allowing them to live their best life. And whereas libraries have long served as trusted institutions for all members of the community, and whereas libraries strive to develop and maintain programs and collections that are as diverse as the populations they serve and ensure equity of access for all. And whereas libraries adapt to the ever-changing needs of their communities, continuously expanding their collections, services, and partnerships. And whereas libraries play a critical role in the economic vitality of the communities by providing internet and technology access, literacy skills, and support for job seekers, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. And whereas libraries are accessible and inclusive places that promote a sense of local connection, advancing, understanding, civic engagement, and shared community goals. And whereas libraries are the cornerstone of democracy, promoting the free exchange of information and ideas for all. And whereas libraries, librarians, and library workers are joining library supporters and advocates across the nation to celebrate National Library Week. And now, therefore, I, Itza Flores, on behalf of Ambrosio Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Pharr, Texas, by authority vested in him, and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim the week of April 6th through 12th, 2025 as National Library Week.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Adolfo Garcia. I'm the library director. Here we have some of our supervisors for the library. We have Mike, he's our branch manager. Paola, she's our reference supervisor. Catalina, she's circulation supervisor. Ruby, who's behind me, she's our children's supervisor. And Jerry Kellogger, and our admin, Linda. And we also forgot to mention that we have a big support from our library board president, Ms. Ola Cardosa, as well. Thank you for the recognition. I want to thank the commission and the mayor for their support in having us do what we do and share the resources that we have at the library. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all for all what you do. I know there's a big event coming up, and I think she'll be coming out with it here in a little while. And I know you guys do so much for our community. So thank you all very, very much.
Appreciate it.
You
Thanks.
want to come on up so we can.
Sure.
Oh,
Okay, go right ahead.
Yeah, before we leave, we have our board member, Ms. Olga, just say a few words on
Yes, sure,
behalf
definitely.
of the
Of
library.
course.
I just want to say that on behalf of the library board, I want to thank you for this and for all the support that we've always received from our commission and from our mayor, and especially our dedicated employees. They're so dedicated, like you wouldn't believe. They are super dedicated. They're very organized. They're extremely professional. So I just want to thank them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you all for the volunteers that you have there. Great job. Thank you.
All right, next, under item 2B, we have a proclamation proclaiming April 13th through 19th, 2025 as Animal Control Appreciation Week.
Commissioner Pacheco.
Go ahead, Nico. You
Oh,
can
yeah,
say,
cool.
say a couple words before we start.
Awesome. Good afternoon, Commission. For the record, my name is Nico Topangan. I'm the Public Health Director for the City of Pharr. I'm proud to present a portion of the City of Pharr's Animal Care Services team. From dogs to tacuaches, these awesome individuals have both seen it all and smelled it all. And yet, despite the inherent risks, dangers, and odors of their daily work, you will often find them cracking a joke and being quick to lend a helping hand. Their hard work and dedication as our animal care officers serves as a constant reminder that our motto of excellence every day applies to both person and pets alike. On behalf of the Animal Care Services team, thank you, Commission Mayor, for this recognition and for the opportunity to continue serving all members of our great city of Pharr.
Thank you. Michael.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Whereas the National Animal Care and Control Association has designated the second week of April each year as National Animal Control Officer Appreciation Week, and whereas animal control officers are dedicated to helping pets and people in the community every day, and whereas various federal, state, and local government officials throughout the country take this time to recognize, thank, and commend all animal control officers for the dedicated services they provide to the citizens, public safety, and public service agencies across the nation. Whereas every day, animal control officers put themselves in potentially dangerous situations by protecting people from dangerous animals and seek justice in cases abused, neglected, and abandoned animals by conducting humane investigations and protect the welfare of helpless animals and pets from injury, disease, and starvation. And whereas animal control officers provide essential functions of enforcing state law pertaining to animal care, along with the city animal regulations, and protecting the public from diseases such as rabies, and educating the public on the proper care of our community's pets. And whereas the city of Pharr recognizes the animal control officers for the many dedicated and long hours of service they perform, and encourage all citizens to join us in expressing their sincere appreciation for their service and dedication. Now, therefore, I, Michael Pacheco, in representation of Ambrosio Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Pharr, Texas, by the virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim the week of April 13th, 2025 as National Animal Control Officers Appreciation Week. Thank you, guys.
You probably recognize the individuals you have with you today.
Daniel Castro, Animal Control Supervisor.
Antonio Anaya, Animal Control Officer.
Dan Guzman, Animal Control Foreman.
Armando Martinez, Animal Control Officer.
Cheo, Avendaño, and Inicio, Stutterer.
Thank you all for what you do. I know it's a tedious job going out there. There's a lot of problems we have. We hear, I think all of us get the phone calls on it, and I know you're doing the best you can, and we greatly appreciate that. We really do.
One more thing to add, these guys are also the ones who are licensed and certified to apply the vector control pesticide. So they're out there late at night spraying as well. They're doing all things stinky, it seems.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all want to come up?
All right, next under item 2C, proclamation proclaiming April 13th through 19th, 2025 as National Public Safety Telecommunications Week.
While they get situated, for the record, Kenneth Innes, Public Safety Communications Director here at the City of Pharr. So you can see here, I have a group of individuals with me. I'll go ahead and start on this side. Natasha Reyes, she's one of our communications supervisors. Jennifer Carrion, one of our TCOs. David Rodriguez, one of our TCOs. Ileana right here over my right-hand shoulder, our training coordinator. Sarah Salinas, our assistant director. Abigail Cuevas, one of our TCOs, and Leslie Zuniga, one of our TCOs. So one thing I do wanted to say is we truly appreciate you guys recognizing us year after year. It's definitely a tough job. It's not one for many, right? But these guys right here, they do an amazing job answering 911 calls and dispatching services. So we wanted to make sure that we say thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, whereas 911 telecommunicators serve as the vital lifeline between the public and emergency responders, demonstrating exceptional professionalism, skill, and dedication in their mission to safeguard lives and property. And whereas these highly trained professionals, often referred to as the unseen first responders, work tirelessly behind the scenes, providing critical communication, swift decision-making, and life-saving guidance to those in distress. And whereas the efficiency and effectiveness of law enforcement officers, firefighters, and emergency medical personnel are deeply dependent upon the accuracy and diligence of 911 telecommunicators in gathering and relaying vital information under immense pressure. And whereas their steadfast commitment to public safety, often under challenging and emotional circumstances, exemplifies selflessness, resilience, and an unwavering dedication to duty. And whereas each April, we take time to recognize and express our profound gratitude to these extraordinary individuals for their invaluable contributions to our community. Now, therefore, I, Roberto Bobby Carrillo, representing Mayor of the City of Pharr, Ambrosio Hernandez, by virtue of the authority vested in me and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim week of April 13th through the 19th National Public Safety Telecommunications Week. And you guys are very, very important. I know the PD, fire department, and EMS really do depend on you guys, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. And I know it's extremely stressful. Sitting there in the dark all day long has to be kind of tough.
And
Definitely.
during this flooding, I know you guys were responding a lot. I had a lot of great comments about you guys sending the people to the right places and sending the right people from the CFR to the right location, those houses, doing a great job and getting those people out of those flooding. So thank you.
We truly appreciate it. It's not very often that we get that type of feedback. So we're grateful that you brought that up today. Thank you so much.
Please join for a photo. All right, next under item 2D, we have a proclamation proclaiming April 17th, 2025 as Testicular Cancer Awareness Day. We have Mario Liscano here, DHR.
Thank you so much, City Commission, and thank you also to Dr. Ambrosio Hernandez for allowing us this opportunity. My name is Mario Liscano. I'm the Administrator of Corporate Affairs for DHR Health. With me is Clara Chapa. She is our Community Outreach Coordinator, and she's with the Oncology Institute at Renaissance. We thank you for always providing a platform for DHR Health to continue to provide not only information and awareness, but also the opportunity for us to do the screenings and testings that are available for all our community. So on behalf of our Board of Governors, our executive team, our over 6,500 employees and 700 physicians, we thank you for today, and we thank you for your continued support of DHR Health.
Mario, thank you. Thanks for DHR doing all they do for the community. Whereas testicular cancer is the #1 cancer among men 15 to 35, with over 9,720 men receiving a diagnosis each year and approximately 600 cases being fatal. And whereas on this day, we honor the bravery and vigilance of testicular cancer survivors, extend our unyielding support and prayers to those currently battling and remember those who have lost their lives to this terrible disease. And whereas testicular cancer was once a diagnosis to be feared, we are thankful for our unwavering healthcare workers who have made it possible through early detection and improved treatments to successfully overcome this disease. And whereas testicular cancer not only affects men, but burdens loved ones, families, friends, and communities. And whereas on Testicular Cancer Awareness Day in the city of Pharr, we encourage men to discuss testicular cancer with their primary doctors and call upon the residents of this county to increase awareness of what we can do to overcome this cancer. Now, therefore, I, Ramiro Caballero, representing Ambrosio Hernandez, Mayor of the City of Pharr, by virtue of our authority vested in me and the City Commission, we do hereby proclaim April 17th, 2025 as Testicular Cancer Awareness Day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I'm going to move to item 5D. I'm going to ask Yudi to come up with our city events of interest.
Good afternoon, City Council. Yuri Gonzalez with your Office of City Communications for the record. Just a few items under City Manager's Report, Events of Interest. We have a few recaps before we move on to the events that are approaching. So we'll go ahead and start with the Holi Festival of Colors. This was under the City of Pharr in collaboration with the Indian Association of the RGV that took place March 22nd.
You got the colors flying, and you got your residents here and your community, and you celebrate together.
Holi is the color of joyful happiness with everything. See the people everywhere, kids are playing. So nice to see everyone.
To be able to bring different experiences to our community is something that's really fulfilling. So I think for the city of Pharr to celebrate that and to promote that is something that really makes us stand out here in the Rio Grande Valley.
It's an eye-opener because it's like another culture. So I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with my family.
You know, it's always good to come out here year after year and celebrate. So important to the city of Pharr to make sure that we continue to be culturally competent and welcome everyone into our great city.
Really fun event. Third year the city of Pharr is, putting this great event together. So we're hoping to continue growing this great event. Our next recap is Author Talks. This happened March 20th. This was under our Pharr Memorial Library, and this is where our city manager, Dr. Jonathan Flores, launched the success of his book, and we have a recap for that.
You know, I have such a passion for leadership, and, you know, the intention of writing this book was to be able to provide perspectives on leadership as I see them, you know, challenges I faced along the way and different things that I want to impart upon people who are aspiring to be in the leadership arena or who are already there and maybe just need to hear some fresh perspectives.
He's been very humble and transparent. Because of his success, I have looked up to him, even gone to him and asked him questions, mentorship, and he's always willing to provide an answer. The way you serve God in your community is by serving others. And I believe that to be true. And he did an excellent job in the book explaining all this.
You may have questions. You may maybe at times doubt yourself or whatnot, or the naysayers, and then the book will explain, you know, what to do and how he overcame those obstacles. If you look at him, you know, he's a very successful man. He's a very smart man, and it's all in the book. I can confidently say I am a better person because I crossed paths with Dr. Flores.
I admire his leadership style. So getting to hear a little bit of what he introduced to the book today and knowing what the traits are that I respect to him as a leader, I look forward to reading those in more depth.
We have to know who we are as leaders as we are serving our community and serving our organization. So that's so important. So I'm grateful that everybody came out tonight. I hope that they found it useful, as I hope that all those who read the book hopefully take something good away from it.
Any words from our city manager on this?
No, just thank you to everyone that came out to support.
awesome.
Appreciate it.
Our next video is under the direction of our new media director, Kenia Gomez, and video journalist, Andy Gutierrez. This story really depicts the efforts under the City of Pharr leadership and all the efforts that took place during the recent floods.
An amount of rainfall not seen since 1911 impacted the Rio Grande Valley. The National Weather Service initially predicted 2 to 4 inches, a manageable storm.
We got the email that, hey, we're getting 2 to 3 inches of rain. Public Works went out and pre-positioned pumps in Central Pharr and in South Pharr.
But Mother Nature had other plans.
It started to rain and rain some more and continue to rain, and it became very evident that this was an extraordinary thunderstorm.
Within hours, Pharr was hit with 8 to 10 inches of rain, but Team Pharr was ready to respond. Immediately, emergency crews were activated citywide. Firefighters, EMS, police, public works, and city staff worked around the clock, rescuing residents, activating 2 shelters, pumping out water, and assisting in any way possible.
The City of Pharr always stands ready to respond during natural disasters and things of this nature. You know, from the onset of this storm, we had our emergency responders going out there and doing everything that they needed to do to service our community.
EMS responded to over 400 rescues, prioritizing the elderly and those most at risk.
And we went to the high priorities first, which were those that were in medical need, those that had special needs, elderly, children, and then we worked our way down from there.
As the rain subsided, the focus quickly shifted from emergency response to recovery. Assessments are crucial to ensure the damages are documented and reported.
Give me some video from the north side, from central and south side.
On Saturday, during the day, we were already out doing assessments of areas that were damaged, encouraging people to do their ISTATs. And so to make sure that we get as much information to the state of Texas and to the federal government so that funding can come to the community so they can help them fix their homes.
The cleanup began immediately. Public Works crews have already collected 350,000 pounds of trash and debris and 150 tires. Throughout the years, the City of Pharr has made significant investments in drainage infrastructure across the city. The South Pharr Regional Detention Facility, a 20-acre detention pond with the capacity to hold up to 56 million gallons of water, is already making a difference.
And during this storm, it really held up. Had it not been there, this could have been even more catastrophic for our communities.
While construction is expected to be completed in 2026, its impact is already being felt.
So every year during our budget process, we look at our capital improvement projects, and drainage is at the forefront of that. Because when we have incidents like this, we look at, where are some areas that we can get better and improve upon, and what investments do we need to make? And then we make the decisions on how to prioritize those projects.
Pharr quickly shifted to community support, providing over 5,000 meals to affected families and handing out cleaning supplies. It was one of the biggest storms we have seen in many years, but it revealed what Pharr is made of: resilience and unity.
I'm very proud of all of our team members here at the City of Pharr. Every department came together during the community's time of need, and we're working tirelessly 24/7 to be able to go out there and just try to assist in any way we can.
From storm prep to relief and recovery, the City of Pharr remains committed to its people, today and every day.
Just like the video mentioned, first responders being critical, under an emergency like this. So our next video really showcases our first responders in action.
A powerful storm has swept through the Rio Grande Valley, bringing record-breaking rainfall not seen since 1911. Communities are facing flooding, and the City of Pharr works around the clock to respond, rescue, and recover. But our community is not alone. We are RGB Strong. We are Team Pharr. Together, we will recover.
We've had multiple collaborations throughout the last couple of days, one of them being the Salvation Army, the American Red Cross coming together and providing, these hot meals. So we also have a recap showcasing how that took place.
We're out here today at Jones Box Park. We're going to be giving out close to 2,000 meals to our community. As we continue with our recovery efforts and our cleanup, we want to make sure that our community knows that we are here for them. So we have many different city workers out here today ready to assist and ready to provide meals for the affected area.
It's important because a lot of people lost everything. And I've been out there since Saturday, seeing it every day, and it's, it gets harder and harder every day.
A lot of people, have their homes damaged, don't have appliances, don't have refrigerators, don't have furniture. And so knowing that they can come for a couple of minutes, enjoy a hot meal, and that's one less thing they got to worry about during their day. And we can just make it a little bit better for them. We're happy to do that.
It's not just the city, it's the Salvation Army, it's the Hidalgo County Emergency Office of Emergency Management, it's the Texas Division of Emergency Management, it's the Food Bank, it's the American Red Cross. All of us working together is the only way we can accomplish this.
Me siento a gusto, feliz que puedan ayudar a la gente. Gracias, le agradezco a la ciudad de Pharr por esta comida que nos está dando.
This concludes the recaps. We will move forward with events that are upcoming unless there's any questions regarding the videos.
Just real quick before we do, Mayor Commission, I just want to speak to Danny Ramirez's and Pilar, our emergency management coordinators, and all the staff that were out there during this storm, making sure that our community was taken care of. Their leadership shined through. And as you saw in the videos from the beginning to even now, you know, the efforts continue. And so we have a magnificent team here at the city of Pharr that has really been out there nonstop. Your team did an amazing job capturing all of that. And I just want to commend you guys. Commissioner Chavez, thank you for being out there, and Mayor and Commission, all your all's investments and the things that you guys have done. This could have been a lot worse had you not made some of those decisions earlier on. So thank you guys.
So maybe I'm going to say something if nobody. Okay. Very nice videos. Highlights el corazón y el movimiento de la ciudad de Pharr, nuestros empleados, right? Always helping out. That's great. My family, right, from Pharr, they educated me on this. They said, did you know that in 1967, when they were here, so we had a hurricane. I don't know, I was born that year, so I have no idea, no memory of it. But they said actually between 50 to 25 inches of rain fell. We had 18 during this storm. So it's actually the same amount of water. La misma cantidad de Hurricane Beulah que cayó, which is, I had never seen before in my life. And so it just puts it in real terms. La gente que está aquí antes en Pharr, que conocen lo que han pasado antes, comparado con ahora. Y lo primero que me dijeron es, no te acuerdas, pero era demasiado agua que cayó. But we also noticed something different. Said, you know, we know this, todo el valle está creciendo, todo el valle. We know that the water from McAllen, Missionary runs through Pharr, finally to the island. We know that's how it's designed. Pero ya no era como antes. It's not the same. So before we used to have weeks where the water would stand around, weeks, right? I don't know. I wasn't around back then, but that's what they told me. They said, but it's very different now. And then we started talking about pues, todos los proyectos that you guys have done, right, in Pharr. It's Dog Park. I couldn't believe it holds 50 million gallons of water. I had to make these guys tell me 3 times. I didn't believe them. But that's what it's designed to do. Y todos los canales que hizo Pharr, y que los hicieron más amplios, the county also, they did it. I mean, they're not done. Maria, what percentage of their drainage project is still pending for them? From the bond. Remember we passed the bond?
Yes, they have 2 bonds from 2018 and 2023. And if for 2023, they're for a lot of those projects, they're still in design. So they're still they're on schedule, but they're still in design.
So what percentage of the
I would say about 30% or so.
is still pending or what's done?
It's close to going into construction. So right now the projects out from that bond, they're under construction. They're getting ready now.
So we still have about 70% more in projects to be built out.
Mhm.
So that's a lot. So
Mhm.
I'm glad, right? Pero también, you know, we don't control that. Obviously, la ciudad no controla lo que hace el condado. They do a good job, but obviously only done 30% of the bond money has been utilized for the entire county, right? And we got quite a bit of it. But what we cannot do, uno no controla lo que hace el condado, right? It is what it is. But once that goes in and it, you know, it builds on lo que hemos hecho nosotros, I mean, then it's going to be really amazing because si te fijas de los fotos aéreas, aerial pictures, I mean, I couldn't believe the dog park that we hold 58 million gallons of water. Estaba lleno Jones Box Park, estaba lleno los canales, all the canals were full in the valley. And then you can see San Juan, Alamo, Donna on the pictures, and they're all flooded. So there was nowhere for the water to go. Now, you guys probably don't remember this, but after taking office in 2015, we had a storm. And back then, we couldn't figure out where to put water because no había nada de this infrastructure. So we did, right? I mean, it's not perfect, but we threw water into what's it called? The waterway? What's it called? The floodway, right? And it's not a county, it's a federal, you know, waterway, but we still did it. We used pumps because the government prohibited us from dumping water into the river, which I don't know why. I mean, all the water goes there anyways, but we couldn't dump water into the river, which was my solution back then. Let's just throw water in the river and make Pharr dry. So we've always come up with unique solutions to get this done. So everything se está moviendo para adelante. We've done our part when it comes to Pharr, but no puedo mover agua when I have nowhere else to put it. I don't control the county dams. I don't control the county canals, obviously, and I don't control the river that's between the United States and Mexico. But we've certainly done our share. And I think la gente va a ver realmente once the county finishes their pending 70% infrastructure, right, we're all going to benefit from, the entire county will benefit from it. But por lo que hemos hecho, we've done a very good job. And I don't say that because it's us here at the administration. I'm saying because my family's in Pharr and they've been here since before 67. And my neighbors, and they can compare and they tell me, no, you don't, you have no idea the way it used to be compared to now. You have no idea. And then you have to take into account, remember, you guys are growing as a city. And every time any city builds a road, homes, you take away green space. But we all want homes, we all want roads, we all want malls, we all want restaurants. That's called urbanization, right? We all want it, that's okay. But remember that water has nowhere to go. It's supposed to get absorbed by the earth, but progress comes with that. Then some, like the people on Polk and Sugar, they're still struggling at the way the same people on South Pharr in the southeast corner. You guys are in a bowl. Like back then, it's un pozo. It is what it is. It's a hole. So unless you elevate the entire neighborhood up, a good 6 feet, which is not possible, right? You're always going to have that problem. But some communities, even in South Pharr, were built without, I couldn't believe it. I went out there and I walked around some of those neighborhoods, but you have those water drains in your streets, because that's what I call them. And some of you guys only have one for the whole street. But that's because the rules were different back then. So you completely are overwhelmed. Cuando cae el agua, además un bujero para toda la vecindad, you're going to get overwhelmed. But that's your neighborhood. So we're trying to save your neighborhood, right? We're not asking you to leave your neighborhood. We're not asking you to sell. We're trying to help you. But there's limitations what we can do, because I can't redo the entire subdivision, right? It's impossible. And so we have our challenges, but we've done quite a bit of progress. And I'm very proud of the city organizations, even the administration before me, I'm building, and we are building on their success, right? So we've done quite a bit of, and millions of dollars of infrastructure, and we're not done. But deja que acabe el condado, and then we'll see what else we can do. There's some areas we put pumps in, right? Permanent pumps, that's fine. But we respect toda la gente, respetamos su casa y no vamos a hacer que vendan ni que se vayan. Ese es su hogar y es muy precioso para ustedes. So it's easy to tell you to get out, but that's not what we're going to do. We're going to protect it as much as we can and keep your castle within your domain. It's yours. But there's limitations to everything that we can do. But regardless, I just want you to know, and I know some of the most impacted people, they understand because they've been through it so many years, even before I became into office. You've been through it so many times. And we're still waiting on the county to finish the drain from here to the island. It's been over 20 years, right, Bob? That big ditch that goes all the way to the island, they still not done. One of these days, God will, we'll be able to see in our lifetime, but that'll solve the entire Rio Grande Valley's problem. It's an ongoing effort. It will get worse as you urbanize more, right? But as far as Pharr is concerned, we're always investing in our infrastructure. That's why it's so important to have infrastructure money. And we receive the most money from the MPO than any city, and I'm proud of that. But we're trying to catch up, right? And we'll get there eventually. But I'm just very proud of you guys, and I'm very happy that you were so aggressive to be out there, ayudando a la gente. Y la gente de Pharr, thank you for allowing us to do the infrastructure, porque todos son taxes, right? Todos puro impuestos, es lo que es, para gastar y arreglar todo esto. So le damos la gracia, pero we're never going to stop fixing it until it's all sorted out. So thank you, everybody, for all your effort.
Hey, Mr. Vermeer.
Yes, sir.
And it's so funny when you, it's not funny, it's looked at me because Itza and I grew up like about 2 blocks away from each other. And I was here in 1967. I know I'm showing my age, yeah, so.
I was just recently born.
It was bad. It was bad. The water downtown Pharr probably stayed around for like about 2 or 3 weeks. And the water still, and that's because back then there was no Costco, there was nothing, all that was either orchards with grapefruit, lemons, oranges, that whole area, that whole west side of us was all orchards. I mean, even you go a little bit further south and all there were fields. So the water absorbed, I mean, they were able to handle a lot of water, but it was ridiculous the amount of water that was back then. And it took probably about 3 weeks back then. And that's because the ground was taking in a lot of it. I remember my dad and Itza's dad were real good friends. And I was like 4 years old, and I remember my dad with her dad were driving around in those big trucks that your dad had. And my dad opened up a bakery because it was the only bakery that had power for some God's huge, God's great. My dad had them start making bread, and they start passing out bread to all the people around that didn't have bread at the time. And my dad just at the end of the day, he got with some business people and they all stuck together. City of Pharr usually does come together,
Yeah.
and they just paid the man. But I remember her dad and my dad, and I was like 4 years old back then, and it was crazy. The wind was unbelievable. The rain was sheets and sheets. I'm sure just like what we had now.
Yeah.
But it took like about 3 weeks for the water to finally recede back into, normality, where we could finally people start moving around again.
Wait, Dan, ¿cómo se llama la vecindad allá en South Road, I Road and the southeast corner?
There's
South of Dicker Road?
so there's two neighborhoods that really most of the neighborhoods because we do have San Felipe
Ándale.
and Los Siete Encinos, Las Haciendas, and all that neighborhood, all those neighborhood next to that canal that really got.
Yeah.
There was a big, huge overflow of that canal, and it was a lot of water.
Pues digamos, for Pharr, you only have 2 more areas that you take care of. The rest of the city, gracias a Dios, we've been able to upgrade, and now we're draining fast. There's only 2 areas left de toda la ciudad. Esa área and Polk. That's what's left. But Polk in itself is about 40 million. The other one is going to be a lot more. But we're stuck with the South Pharr until the county finishes because we need to know what their project is really going to be able to drain. We don't want to spend taxpayer money at Okies when that's going to be enough. So we're a little bit parked, so to speak, to invest more until we know what it's going to do, because we certainly don't want to duplicate services where we can spend that money somewhere else. So that's the only 2 sections left in Pharr. So I'm very proud of that.
Thank you for incorporating that information, Mayor, City Council. I think it's important to mention that these recovery efforts continue. The rollout on information and assistance continues daily on social media. So anyone watching, just monitor our social media platforms. The vector and the mosquito spraying continues in the evening. So all of that information is critical for our residents.
Are you guys, I don't know the cycle, but do you do it a certain time at night or a certain time, certain days of the week? Or how does that mosquito thing
We have
work?
our public health director
Oh,
here.
yes. Come on up. Introduce yourself.
For the
Public.
record, Nico Topangan, Public Health Director.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right now we're starting at 10 p.m., hitting all 6 zones of City of Pharr.
Okay.
The one that's been in trouble lately has been the wind conditions, but tonight there should be a window where we can treat it all.
And is there, you guys do it 7 days a week or how does? what's the
No, we'll try to
schedule?
space it out so that we're not wasting chemical, but for the
Okay.
most part, we try to make it so that if we hit one batch of mosquitoes and more broods start showing up, we can kind of time it where we're hitting those and not before too soon.
Got it. And just for my education, I'm sure maybe they have it also, but how do you know how many cycles you have to do? Like, do you have to do it once a week or for 3 weeks, 6
Usually-
weeks? How do you know?
Sometimes we'll go by complaint calls, and that's
Just
usually
by
a good
complaints?
indicator that as they're reporting it, it means that they're showing up a bit more. They can be sneaky if people have yards that aren't maintained or standing water in little containers throughout their yard. They can continue to produce and show up. But yes, yeah. So long as people are calling and there's water sticking around, we'll continue to spray as effectively and efficiently as we can.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that, Nico. Moving on to the events of interest, these are the ones you have in a packet in front of you. The Warrior Race is approaching. This is happening May 10th at the Pharr Natatorium. We actually have a promo, but we can just elaborate on this information. This, so far, we have 30 people that signed up, so we're really, encouraging people to sign up. This is a great event. It's a great competition. There will be first, second, and third overall female and male, and we have cash prizes. So we're really encouraging people to sign up, get the word out. If you know any athletes in our community, sign up. I know our mayor is
Where's our
really
media?
excited about
Where's
that.
our, who's promoting this? Who's promoting this? 'Cause you're media,
We
but who's
have
promoting
our Parks and Rec are spearheading this under our special events team, Abel Molina.
Where's it? Where is he?
Special events,
Hi.
Abel Molina.
So we're the 7th, right? April 7th. And this is when?
This is May 10th.
Okay, so just big picture, what are you doing to promote this project?
Pushing it through social media. I believe
Social media?
It's
Is that
been
it?
pushed through. I think it's been announced prior to this commission meeting. Through social media. I think that's like the biggest hit that we've been promoting this event through.
Okay. And is that the best way to promote a project of this type?
We can look into maybe some radio ads, just to kind of get the word out there.
No, I'm not telling you which one to do. I'm just asking you because we want to be sure that when we promote our city events, we want to be sure that the public, first of all, that Pharr knows, right? First of all, and they're bilingual, right? And third, that it gets out in our community. Because sometimes, when I did, we had a guy from Houston and then a guy from West Texas that was running with me, right? But I want to be sure that we're properly advertising this. And I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm not a marketer. I don't deal with that. I just want to make sure that you guys do it effectively because we have time to get this done, okay?
Yeah, we can sit down with the
So at
media
the next
team and see.
meeting, bring up Helen so you can present to us so we can hear you, what you're going to be doing.
Okay.
Mayor, they'll also be passing them out at the local gyms and stuff like that so that we can get more people out there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Abel. Our Easter extravaganza is happening this Saturday. This is being spearheaded under Adolfo Garcia with our Pharr Memorial Library, over 15,000 eggs. And we'll have 30 to 60 golden eggs strategically placed as well. This event starts at 9 a.m. We really encourage families to get there early. There is a registration process, and this is to separate the kiddos from age groups. Once again, this is a free event. We'll have music, we'll have different activities, photo ops, we'll have snacks. It's a great event. And again, this is spearheaded under the Pharr Memorial Library.
And are they giving the awards like prizes, like any what did we do last time? Wasn't it like a glass?
Yeah,
the golden egg. Well, the golden egg for sure for the
Yes.
kids, right?
Well, the Easter extravaganza is the first part, Mayor. This is where the kiddos go and they try to get their eggs and stuff. You're talking about the scavenger hunt that's happening after. So they're not overlapping events. This one starts at 9 a.m. So at noon is when we kick off the scavenger hunt. If we can go to the next flyer, please. So the scavenger hunt, so far we have 45 teams that have already registered. These 45 teams are groups of 3 people, and they'll be making 11 stops. So those 11 stops are Pharr businesses. Some of them are chamber members. We can't disclose what businesses they are, right? Because that's the whole point on the scavenger hunt.
Right.
And yes, I do have one of these. So we have the cash prizes and we'll also have 11 of these.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, those they can see. Those are pretty.
So we'll have cash prizes, first, second, and third place. Those cash prizes are on the flyer for the scavenger hunt. And once again, they are not overlapping. So we'll have the Easter extravaganza starting at 9, ending at 12. And then the scavenger hunt starts at 12. 2 events. And then the scavenger hunt would end at the place where they're celebrating. And that would be the last riddle these teams have to crack.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you changing the makeup of those awards every year? They're not the same ones?
We have
The same
our
designs?
our special events
Where's-
director here, Abel.
Special events director. Yeah,
Hey, well,
the designs are different every year through the business that we.
do you have the
them
ones from
create.
last year?
I don't have any photos of them. So they all
Oh.
do get passed out, but
Okay.
yeah, they do change. We don't keep them the same every year.
Okay. Well, they're beautiful. They're very nice.
Yeah,
Glass, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So we really encourage people to sign up and register. There is still space. Anybody can join us for the scavenger hunt. The next event is spearheaded under Public Safety Communications with Kenneth Ennis, and this is Meet Our Pharr Public Safety Dispatch Team. This is the second year this happens. We're really encouraging people to come out and get to meet not only the team, Maya, the support dog that we have there as well, and just really get to see what the facilities look like, our technology, And they'll get to do tours inside the facility, but then afterwards we'll have snacks, popcorn, ice cream, all that fun stuff in the exterior. So it's a great event. It's the second time, it's the second year we're hosting this event. So we're really encouraging people to come out and also get to meet the team that was, responding to these calls during, these floods. I think it's important for them to put a face to the team working behind the scenes. This is April the 16th, and it's happening from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
And then our last upcoming event within the next couple of weeks is the CDBG Week. This is a birthday celebration. I do want to call our director for grants and the CDBG Week director as well, Sandra Regalado and Elizabeth Diaz, so they can elaborate on this event, why it's important for our community, but also some of the resources that are currently underway, some programs that are now activated on resources that are being offered to our community. So we can just welcome them to the podium.
Absolutely.
Hi. Good afternoon. Elizabeth Diaz for the record. Sandra Regalado with the CDBG manager for
Welcome.
the department.
Welcome, ladies.
So this is actually the 51st anniversary for the CDBG. So it's a grant that the city of Pharr has actually taken opportunity for the last 30 years. So we are inviting our community to come be a part of this. There will be lots of fun. We will have food. We'll have some giveaways from our public service recipients that do participate with this grant. They'll be providing some raffle items and such, but we are inviting and extending this to our community.
Okay.
As part of this, as Yuri mentioned, we do have programs that the CDBG office is currently working on. So because COVID hit us rapidly in 2020, we actually left an item we amended our citizen participation plan to include a stipulation that would allow us to move forward rapidly in events like this one that we just had a flood disaster here in our area. So we were able to move forward with two different programs. One is going to be a flood disaster relief grant that we're finalizing the application process to get it out to our community. The second item is the emergency repair program, which we anticipate to launch in-house, which in previous years we had it done through other agencies that we funded. Now we're going to do it in-house to kind of assist the residents of the city of Pharr.
By any chance, I was asking you, I just wanted, but maybe I should ask you, is there any, those grants, could they be used for our, like some of our flood victims' necessities or
That's
needs?
exactly where this is going towards.
Oh, okay.
So with the emergency repair program, we're anticipating to assist the residents by doing repairs to their homes. We're just squaring out the details so that we can move forward with it. But we've had such a large amount of residents come into our office.
Claro.
And we've been referring them out to different agencies that we currently fund to provide some sort of relief. Obviously, it's not enough. With this, we're anticipating assisting them with a financial assistance plus repairs. So.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, with great work.
Thank you. So more to come, and hopefully we'll have a big announcement on the 24th during our event.
You got it, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor, and I just want to add that we'll be working closely with the CDBG department on making sure that we're releasing this information to newsrooms, press releases, media advisories, so we can have this information in English and Spanish, and more people can benefit from this program. This concludes the events of interest under City Manager's report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next under item 5A, we have the submission of sales tax collection report for March 2025. We show a 13.27% year-to-date true growth.
Good.
Next is item 5B. We have the city engineer's report. The information's in your packets. If you all have any questions, Maria Rangel is here to answer them.
More road. More road. Hasta tengo miedo de preguntarle. Me regaña.
Yes, we're expecting environmental clearance sometime this month, April, May timeframe. From there, we're already working on getting the surveys for the parcels that we need to acquire. So surveys and then appraisals and then acquisition of that right away. This is for east and west. PS&E that's moving forward. But the construction for the the road is scheduled for 2026.
I thought it was supposed to be 2025.
Mhm. So I guess the environmental, the utility relocation, and the right-of-way acquisition, those are the items that are dictating like how long it'll take. So those processes are causing it to take a little bit longer than, because we have to go through them, we can't just go right into construction. That's taking up the time,
Yeah.
additional time.
So 2026, when?
So that's going to be mid to late 2026. Once we get those permissions we need, we'll be able to make more progress.
Yeah. How long have we been working on that project?
This one was 2020, I want to say 2022, when we started to get into it with our design consultant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I know you inherited this. It was right. I mean, you were kind of involved with it, but you weren't the lead.
Mhm.
You are now,
Mhm.
right? But you weren't there. So no project in the future going forward because you're in charge now. No project should take that long. And so in our RFPs, whatever you guys call it, we will put timelines. So you're not to approve any consultant of any kind, not sign any contracts unless you bring it to the commission. But we agree on the timelines
Mhm.
because people tend to forget that the residents of Pharr are in charge, not the consultants. So we want to be sure that they use our timetables that we need. Okay?
Yes. Mhm.
Great.
All right. Next, under item 5C, I'm going to call Kenneth Ennis, our Public Safety Communications Director, up.
For the record, Kenneth Ennis, Public Safety Communications Director.
How are you, sir?
Doing good. Got a little bit of tongue-tied there. This is Jennifer Carrion.
Hi.
She's one of our TCOs. Recently, just this past
What's
week,
TCO?
Telecommunications Officer.
All right.
Just this past week, we held the state conference for Texas Public Safety Communications in McAllen in its existence over 30 years. At that event, she was awarded the Silent Hero Award for the state of Texas. And that award is issued out to individuals that show exemplary performance within their daily duties. Right, she was one of 22 individuals that was given that award. So I wanted to make sure that we got her here so that she could show off her award.
Absolutely. Where do you live?
I live actually in Edinburgh.
Edinburgh?
I grew up here in Pharr.
Well, good.
Yes. My
Good.
parents still reside here in Pharr as well.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations. You want to say hi to your parents and tell them? So what does this award mean to you? What, if you had to tell your parents, what is this?
Just that my hard work is paying off, and I'm thankful for the city of Pharr and my department for giving me this opportunity to just grow.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Keep up the great work. It always pays off. Nothing we're doing is easy. Would you honor us with, can we take a picture with you? Is that okay? Great.
Hey, Kenneth, don't run off just yet.
What's this one?
You know, I was
So I
thinking I might get away with
want to
it.
recognize Kenneth. He was also appointed president of the Texas NENA Association. So congratulations to you.
Texas what?
The Texas NENA,
Oh.
Yeah, the organization's Texas NENA. It's a chapter of the national organization, and NENA stands for National Emergency Number Association. So last year I was the vice president and made the move to president for 2025, 2026. So
Very nice.
our responsibilities as president and obviously the city of Pharr representing through me would be that we take care of our 911 system within Texas. And there's some big things that we're getting ready to push out to include international 911 calling with Mexico.
Very nice. Congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, Imelda, anybody for public testimony?
Yes, sir. We did have Mr. Tom Bruce registered to speak for public testimony. However, it did not relate to an item on the agenda, and arrangements have been made for Mr. Bruce to meet with the city manager to discuss the matter further.
Okay.
Thank you. Any public hearings?
No, sir.
All right.
All right, next, item 6, consent agenda. All items listed under consent agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the governing body and will be enacted by one motion.
Motion to approve.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. 7A.
All right, 7A, consideration and action, if any, on ordinance amending ordinance number O-96-40 to decrease the number of Community Development Council board members from 11 members to 7 members. Adoption on the first reading.
Any discussion on it? All in favor? Opposed? It passes.
Item 7B, consideration and action, if any, on ordinance appointing an alternate municipal judge. Adoption on the first reading. Staff recommends Daniel Gonzalez.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Where's Judge? You saw this? Yes. This is what it's coming from your office? Yes. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 7C, consideration and action, of any, on resolution appointing, reappointing one alternate member to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Staff recommends Mercedes Guillen.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 7D, consideration and action, of any, on resolution determining a public necessity to acquire certain real property, giving notice of an official determination to acquire real property for a public purpose, establishing procedures for the acquisition of property, determining the estate to be acquired, establishing fair market value for the property to be acquired, and directing the city manager or designee to communicate offers to owners for purchase of the property, appropriating funds, and authorizing condemnation proceedings by city attorney, ratification of prior acts.
Okay. Do you have a motion? Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 7E, consideration and action, if any, on resolution determining a public necessity to acquire certain real property, giving notice of an official determination to acquire real property for a public purpose, establishing procedures for the acquisition of property, determining the estate to be acquired, establishing fair market value for the property to be acquired, and directing the city manager or designee to communicate offers to the owners for purchase of property, appropriating funds, and authorizing condemnation proceedings by city attorney, ratification of prior acts.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 8A, consideration and action, of any, ratifying order extending the declaration of disaster for the city of Pharr.
Okay.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 9A, consideration and action, if any, on change orders A and B for the purchase of a 2025-2026 Alexis Spartan chassis heavy rescue truck for the fire department from SMJ Equipment LLC from Spring, Texas for $38,397.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10A, consideration and action, of any, on affiliation agreement with City of Westlaco for EMS student clinical rotations.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10B, consideration and action, of any, on economically disadvantaged county EDC program application for Eastmore Road from Cage Boulevard to I Road.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10C, consideration and action, of any, on service contract with Hercon from Alamo, Texas for building renovations at 100 West Ferguson by board contract 728-24.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? What I was trying to read this. What are we doing there?
This is going to be the renovations where our Pharr EMS staff are going to be, that's going to be their new
Okay,
facility.
I got you. All right. I just want to be sure. I thought it was a street. That's fine.
No.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10D, consideration and action, if any, authorizing city manager to negotiate and execute lease agreement for Pharr EMS headquarters.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10E, consideration and action, if any, authorizing city manager to negotiate a professional service contract for design services for the Pharr Event Center Improvement Project.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Item 10F, consideration and action, if any, authorizing city manager to negotiate for construction management services for Pharr Event Center Improvements Project.
So
Okay.
moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. We adjourn at 5:06. Thank you, everybody.